bomb that was going on in your head.
Thanks. There's no running involved. It's got my thumbs up. Oh, that sounded good as well. That's deep and long and 6. And Johnny Hastings, thanks for coming. Johnny Hastings retires after 31 after 1.1 overs. Australian up for 31.
Was that the quickest?
That is equal, I reckon.
Equal.
Mendes was 6 or maybe 7.
Yeah, I think we have
so, mate, that's good. That's good shooting from the Duke.
Well, they don't come much stronger than John Hastings, so he only has to get hold of it a little bit, and that ball's flying over the rope.
So 114 is what Sri Lanka made. That's better bowling. Nice and full. Rajapaksa, he batted quite nicely.
This might work out for Australia here, having the left-handed Nathan Reardon with the ball swinging into him. Hasn't faced the ball yet, so here we go. He'll be looking over mid-wicket.
Oh, take it wide there. And sneak an extra. There's 3. That always helps.
I almost think he should have just said, no, I'll take strike here.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Look at that. It's a nice little bit of shape.
With the way the ball's swinging.
Short goes bang. Come on, Buck. Give me the strike, champ. Don't worry about the left-handers. I'm going to be the righty and go straight.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to matter, does it? Short's a very good play. He's very strong as well.
Well, that's good bowling. Right up in the block hole. Only a chance for a single. So, have a look at this. Dead straight, good cricket shot. I know 6s we can talk about it being a There's 8, if you don't mind.
Well, there's no point in having your keeper step.
It doesn't carry, and you can't stop it on the bounce. Gee, can someone put the commentary down to these teams? Get your wiki up. Get the wiki in the game. 8. That helps the cause. For 6.
I love watching Nathan Reardon bat. The way he stands there and lines them up. You know he wants to hit every ball straight over the bowler's head.
Oh, and he does. What about over square leg? But does he like that? Yes, he does.
Doesn't he?
60 off 2 overs, chasing 114. Australia are cruising towards the victory target. A target we thought were well out of contention. Oh, this game of 6s is an absolute beauty.
I asked you 3 times what a winning score is, Ryan, and I think you said 85. How many tournaments have you played?
Oh, dear. Well, it's pretty short boundaries, we know that. And 114 from Sri Lanka was fantastic. The thing is, though, you're never out of the contest. If one bloke can come on and bowl one good over, it can drag you right back into this contest. And we'll see where we go. Right arm round the wicket. It started with a 6.
So this is actually what you spoke about earlier, Ryan. Why does he have 2 fielders on the offside?
Bring one across. Have 3 one field and just try something. Because come across, make the absolutely. It's down the ground, looking for one. You got to stop them. So last ball of the over, it's 12 off so far. Sounds a lot, but when the first two have gone for 60, you think you're having a good over. Good shot from Short. He's so strong down the ground. It's the end of 3. 76 for none. No balls again, and if you get to 31 you retire and you can come back later on. So Rameth is coming on to try and hold this, stop the flow, and let me tell you, it's not going to stop it with a ball like that. Half volley off stump is absolute chalk. Make that high, that could be out. It could be, and should be, and is. Maharouf takes the catch, and Australia lose their first wicket at 83.
Skipper did that pretty easily, didn't he? We saw Sahal Tanvir drop a skyer in the last game. It could be one of those skies, which is hard to catch the high balls, but here, Maharouf made this bread and butter.
He's an experienced cricketer. Did it nice. Gotch will join Reardon for the Aussies in the middle. And Reardon will help himself for another 6. Bowling at leg stump to a lefty is probably not where you want to be. But Nathan Reardon is just rolling along here, and Australia continue to chase this target with aplomb. 26 off 6 for Reardon. If I was a betting man, I'd probably say 32 off 7.
Oh!
But bowled him. There you go.
Just lost the house there, Brian.
The zing bails go zing, and we see it for the first time. I think that's the first time we've seen someone bowled. Nathan Reardon lost his shape and lost his stumps. Australia lose 2 wickets in an over, and do we have a twist in this tail?
Wow. They needed that, didn't they? Top of off. Oh yeah, you could see the relief almost from Rameth, couldn't you?
So, like we always spoke about, if you have one good over, you're back in the game. And Rameth has delivered for his side. 2 for 13 off 5 balls. He's going to finish with a good one there. Just a single off, so 14 off with the loss of 2 wickets. Australia 2 for 90, chasing 115 to win. We need 25 off the last over. Literally 3 minutes ago, we thought the Aussies were cruising.
We did. You'd almost back Sri Lanka in now with Nair in on strike. Don't think he's known for his big hitting.
There was the wicket of Reardon. It was a big one, top of off stump. Looking once again for that short boundary. So it's Mendes with the responsibility to bowl the last over. He batted beautifully for Sri Lanka, and now it's all about him with the ball. Leg spinner. Oh, he tried to hit that hard, and he's only going to get one. He got away with one there, Mendes. You can hear in the stump mic, Gotch asking his partner, what was he bowling? It's leg spin, buddy.
Well, he tried to hit that out of the stadium, didn't he? You just need to tap it there. Almost threw himself off balance and nearly stood on his stumps.
Again, that's very well bowled. And Mendes, the leggy, is doing the job for the Sri Lankans.
Yeah, we need 4 sixes here, don't we, Ryan? What's the chances?
Well, the way Nair played the first one, I'm going to say not likely. That's good bowling. And Sri Lanka appear to win. Going to win this game. You're beaten by Bangladesh in the first game to put their first win on the board. And Gotch has tried to hack that and gets a boundary for it.
Well, they need a bit of help from Sri Lanka here, Australia. They need a couple of wides, really.
Need something.
Fantastic effort from Sri Lanka, because twice they looked like they were dead and buried.
And the batters have just not found the middle. It's been a good over from Mendes. Just 7 of it. The last ball in this match to end proceedings. We end with a wicket, and it probably deserved it too, Mendes. And Sri Lanka take down the big scalps of the Aussies. A fantastic performance. They batted brilliantly. They started shakily with the ball, but they got the job done. And Sri Lanka bounced back, as we said, got beaten by Bangladesh in game 1. But now they get their first win under their belt. And the Aussies heads down and will have to regroup.
Yeah, well, after that first over in the Sri Lankan innings, when it was 2 for 8, after Nair bowled a fantastic over, you thought Australia had the upper hand. But from then on in, Sri Lanka batted beautifully and just charged the whole time, got themselves to 115, which you thought that was out of reach of Australia. But after 2 overs, Australia were none for 60, but then fell in a heap.
Yeah, as you can see there, Johnny Hastings at the top of the order, 31 on just 7 rocks. Reardon was going beautifully, and so was Short, but they lost their 2 wickets, and with that, they lost the momentum of their innings, and they just couldn't keep going when chasing such a big score, and they've fallen well short of the target. And we look at the bowling. Early doors, it was all sorts of trouble for Sri Lanka, but if you look there, Sampath, Rambukwala was great, and so was Mendes, 1 for 7 off the final over. Sees Sri Lanka home in the 2007 Hong Kong World Sixes. So there it is, the tail of the tape. 114 for 2 off their 5 overs. Nair was outstanding for the Aussies with 2 for 8, and Australia only make 98 runs. I think Gutham's down on the ground with a guy who played very, very well.
When we were batting at this, about 3rd over, we got the 30 runs, so always in this game, if you go out of the game, you can't come back. So
You think it was slipping away?
yeah, we thought in the 3rd over they were going nicely, but always tell the boys, we need one good over to come back to the game, so that's what we did.
And the one good over really came at the end from you as well.
Yeah, it was pressure time, but all about keeping nerves in.
All about keeping nerves. That's the key words there from the smiling Jeevan Mendes. They've kept their nerves. They lost the first, but they've come back to win the second.
Yeah, thanks, big fella.
But then the Sri Lankan bowlers took charge and made it very difficult at the back end for Australia, who then fell short.
Yeah, it's, like we say, it just takes one over. Here's the dismissal of Short. This is where it all started to unravel. So he lost his wicket in the 3rd over, and then Reardon got knocked over as well in the same over. And from there, Australia had no answers to the run chase. Sri Lanka, too good, which was fantastic performance by them. So let's have a look at the points table from Group A. And as you can see, most of our teams have played one match. The MCC will be up next, who are one of our favourites. And as you can see, 2 points apiece for Pakistan and South Africa. Poor old Hong Kong still haven't started. Their points column says 0, and of course the MCC have not played a game yet. And hello and welcome back to the KCC, the home of the Sixers. It's Australia versus Sri Lanka in what promises to be an absolute cracker. Joining me up here is Christopher Rogers. Our first look at the Aussie side. How's your thoughts on them, Chris?
Yeah, they look a good side, actually. They've got a fair bit of bowling as well as some guys who can definitely hit the long ball. But Sri Lanka are under pressure here after losing their first game against Bangladesh. So they need to win this game, and they're starting off with the bat.
Yeah, Australia won the toss. They're going to open the bowling with some off-spin, but it appears everyone wants to bowl first just to get the feel of the game in their first matches. But here we go, all set. Sri Lanka with the bat. And good start from there. There's a dot ball. Magnificent.
Well, Arjun there comes with quite a good reputation. He's an exciting young spin bowler for New South Wales that they talk highly of.
Sampath on strike, a big hit at that, and no go. 2 dots in a row.
That looked like the one that went the other way, wasn't it?
I reckon it was. A little bit of something about everything in this.
Oh.
What about if you miss 3 balls, you should be out? Let's throw that in as a rule. Here we go. Strike 3. No. Boundary. Way back into the crowd. There's 6. That's better. Sri Lanka are underway.
Well, it just took him a couple of siders, didn't he? And then he's got hold of the third one, got to the pitch of the ball and hit that beautifully through cover.
Yeah, that looks like an off spinner. He's got a unique sort of bowling action. Sampath on 6. Sri Lanka on 6. 3 balls down. Oh, that's high in the air. It's got to be out. It's go nowhere near. Caught and bowled. Thanks for coming. That's 1 for 6.
Oh, I think that might have been the one that went the other way again. You can just see with that follow through, he really tries to get through. And it almost looked it stood up on the batsman who's hit it straight in the air. You've got to take your own catches, don't you?
Yeah, well, you've got no one to blame. You're not going to take those ones, as you can see. Now, what I will say, do you think, is it a little bit of Mendez bowling?
Yeah,
it looks like he bowls out of the front, either a leggy or an offie. Very peculiar, and I guess if you've never seen it before, walking straight in, it's a bit tough, but
it's almost Ashwin's knuckleball, isn't it? The ball that seems to just go the other way, even though it looks like it's an off spinner.
Well, Pereira's the new batsman. He's a lefty. Let's see how he works it out, and he did it. Good piece of footwork. The Aussies, of course, struggling to make the World Cup. They're still hanging in there. Perhaps Nair's got a future there, but he's bowled an absolute cracking first over here. And we've seen some good overs. I think 7's probably the least we've seen off an over. It's a nice bit of work there, footwork.
Well, you noticed this early, in a few of the early games too, that the wicketkeeper stands so far back.
I'm not a fan.
Can't stop the ball that just comes off the body of the batsman.
Here we go. Ball 6. Oh, that could be a wide. Got away with one earlier, but didn't quite get it. Yeah, we spoke about this in game 1, Chris. I want the wickie involved in the game. I want him up a little bit, getting involved in it, trying to stop those ones in the, that finish up on the cut surface. Here we go. Again, final ball. This could be a wicket. And it's going to go straight down, deep mid off stroke, and they're gone. Sri Lanka, early trouble at 2 for 9 at the end of the first over.
Well, I must admit, listening to Nikhil talk before the tournament started about using your 2 quickest bowlers to start off your bowling, and Australia's opted with the off spinner, but he's been unbelievable, hasn't he?